of life. Will we ever be truly happy? Is happiness just an ideal? Why do we strive for perfection if it is not attainable? What is human consciousness? Why are we here?
Get back to work!
On a boss.
I don't pay slackers. Beep. And you! Get me a coffee.
Beep. Beep, beep.
Line up! Posture? Is that outfit appropriate? What is this tie? It's disgusting!
It's my grandfather's.
That is the most disgusting heirloom I've ever seen. Change it!
Apologies.
Is that my coffee I smell? That was vile! I asked for 4 pumps, not 3 pumps. See, these unforgivable sins are the reason why we aren't selling enough G-strings.
Male.
Male G-strings. We need to restore our reputation. And why is that?
Because King String is the largest grossing male G-string industry on the market.
And slackers like you are making it impossible to maintain.
Why are you focusing on me?
Regardless, I need to get some work done. What are you all doing just standing there?
You told us to line up here.
They'd let anyone in here these days.
They wouldn't even look good in one of our G-strings.
Male.
Male G-strings.
I mean, I bet they haven't even figured out that our costumes are symbolic.
Speaking of costumes, did you see Alex's tie?
Grandpappy died in vain.
Don't even get me started on Chelsea's pants. Did you see her ass?
Flatter than a pancake.
And the boss.
Walks around like there's a stick up her ass. Anyways.
The print is broken.
Oh no!
You guys realize when the boss finds out, we are dead.
Later.
No, guys, wait.
You,
Oh God, what now?
the printer, you did it.
Shut up!
I know you would do anything to get rid of your workload.
And how do you suppose I did it? Huh?
Well.
We all know Kathy hates this place. She comes in more depressed than the last. She moans and groans and drains the life out of this place. So, when she had to print out some brochures advertising our G-strings,
Male!
when she had to print out some brochures advertising our G-strings,
Male.
when she had to print some advertising our male G-strings, she decided she'd had enough. She decided that the next day, that is today, she would come in and ruin the printer. She came in, poured her brown, caffeinated concoction all over it. She was ruining me, that girl. I'll have her gone by the evening.
That dumb whore doesn't even know how to run this place. How does she seriously think that I could get away with that? Even I'm not that dumb. If she simply checked the video camera, she'd know that I'm innocent. She just has this power complex that she has to uphold. I think it was those 2 dumbasses, Adam and Tiffany. They probably did it by accident though, knowing them. I seriously wonder if there's anything going on in those pretty little heads of theirs.
You think we're pretty?
Shut up, you're meant to be miming. Anyway, Tiffany probably came in, got a coffee, and accidentally tipped it all over the printer. Then, upon realizing what they had done, they freaked and left and attempted to shift the blame onto me.
How dare you try to shift that blame onto Adam and Tiffany? They're way better at their jobs than you are, princess.
Shut up, Pipsqueak. Talk to me when your balls have dropped.
Ooh. You're so mean. Anyways, what really happened was...
We are not reusing that joke again.
Come on, guys. All I wanted was a little bit of screen time.
Well, you can go and get the security footage. That can be your screen time. When he comes back, you'll be toast, Missy. You'll be gone faster than my ex-husband.
Oh, God.
Oh, how I miss you, Ferdinand. The cats, the G-strings. I'll leave you all to have you back.
I'm back.
Is that you? You.
Ferdinand.
Well, what's the good news?
The footage is gone. Destroyed.
What do you mean gone?
It's not there.
Well, I'll go get the backup footage.
Backup footage?
Who do you think I am? Of course I'll keep backup footage in here.
That's not creepy at all.
Isn't there some other way to negotiate this? Like a lie detector test or an intense interrogation?
I'm not stopping until I have this criminal eliminated.
But, I mean, how can you really trust video footage? I mean, you know the things they do with the photoshops and the deep fakes. How can you trust that?
If you don't move out of my way, I'll have you gone by the evening. Now move!
Oh, God.
Ah!
Fiddle biscuits.
How dare you lie to me?
It was an accident, I swear.
You lied to me.
Well, all I have to say for myself is I, Peter, your Peter, the Peter of King String TM, am officially over it. What? I made that coffee that you rejected and I poured it all over your printer.
So you decided to poison me with the wrong coffee order, imitate my actions, and ruin the bloody machine.
And those 5 seconds were the best moments of my whole career here.
Petey, besides all the banter, we really hate to see you go.
And besides, I couldn't be the only male here.
And me? I really couldn't care less, so see ya.
Of all the fools here, I would have not expected it to be you. I admire that. Well, if it's a pay rise you want, it's a pay rise you'll get.
Yippee!
You've got to be kidding me.
But you
Get
really
back to work.
on it, boss.
We need to sell some more G-strings.
Mail!
Male G-strings.
I wonder if this is okay. Oh, coming. Hello, Margaret.
Hello.
How you going? Are you good?
Yeah.
Nice to see you, Vaughn.
You too.
Hi.
Hello. Right. So, good afternoon, everyone. I've called this a very urgent meeting to discuss the installation of some new, greener energy. Sorry for the short notice, but there are some food and drinks in the break space over there. But yeah, let's just get started right away.
Hello. My name's Margaret Buttercup. I'm a retired school teacher, and I have the saggiest tits in the world. And I think I have hemorrhoids.
We're very pleased to have Margaret with us. Please make her feel very welcome. She's a local of Green Valley. And Mel, could you actually take a photo?
Sure thing, Maid Davis. Let's go.
Oh, please call me Greg. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think we're set there. Let's take our seats. Margaret, you all right?
Yeah.
Trooper.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Von Douglas, and I'm just your local from the Greens. all about green energy. But why be so formal? You can just call me Vaughn, and let's capture some good vibes.
It's really nice.
Hold on. The energy in this room is not at its peak, so let's just do a breathing exercise. Can everyone breathe in? And breathe out.
That was very refreshing. Thank you, Vaughn.
No worries.
Ella, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Ella, CEO of Energy Coal, and I'm against the installation of solar panels.
Mel, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Mel. I write for the Daily Telegraph and I'm here and I'm happy to be here. I'm sorry to intrude, but you can just think of me of invisible.
Nonsense, love. You're one of us today.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
How enthusiastic for someone so invisible.
Well, I think she's a go-getter.
Oh, young lass. When I was a little girl, I always read your paper. I would always run to the store. I'll be the first one there. And I'll always buy the paper.
Margaret, I might have to cut you off. Sorry about that. We might as well just run straight into the discussion at hand. So, anyone, by all means, the floor is yours. Let's just go.
Well, I think we should have solar panels. Let me just get this straight. I just can't help but to stress that this whole situation is bigger than us. We, as human beings on this planet Earth, should do something better. Like worrying about coal mines, that's a thing in the past. That's polluting our environment. So every single time you breathe air, which is always, think about hugging a tree, because those trees are giving you good vibes and good energy. Think about the future that we want for our children, and for our future, and for our cats. So thank you.
Some very good points there. Thank
Yeah,
you,
that was
Vaughn.
so great.
Yeah, lovely speech, pretty boy.
Thanks, Margaret.
Excuse me, Vaughn, but as far as I'm concerned, no one really cares about the environment. Personally, the installation of solar panels will be detrimental to my business. If solar panels are installed, coal mines will basically become non-existent.
You're a Scorpio, aren't you?
Okay, but how does that have to do with any of this?
I can just tell you're filled with hate.
How does someone like you have a right to have a say in all of this? You're clearly delusional.
Delusional? Me? Excuse me, miss, but I don't like your tone.
Are you kidding yourself?
Are you kidding yourself?
Greg, are you seeing this?
Ella, please.
Mr. Davis, when's break?
Break will be soon, Margaret. It'll 7.
Okay.
As I've said before, the installation of solar panels, my business would go downhill. In this town alone, we inject approximately 2.5 million of the revenue. Coal mines don't exist, people will lose their jobs, and in turn,
Wow, 2.5 million is a lot.
therefore, as a result, it is without shred of doubt apparent that we provide essential economic growth and economic activity in Green Valley.
Excuse me, miss. Might I also add that your whole industry is problematic. Let's just face it. Your coal is filthy, everything about you is filthy, and caring about jobs over animals, that's inhumane.
If you love trees so much, why don't you marry one, you tree humper?
Well, guess what? You money-hungry badger. All you care about is coal. Think about the other people that are affected by that.
Are you kidding yourself?
Mel, could you help me out?
Yeah.
I think
And
we
if I'm
should.
adding to that, might I say,
I think we should
Okay.
diffuse the situation. Thank you very much. Well, anyway, let's just go on break. Okay.
Break time. Who wants tea?
Yes, please.
Greg?
Ella, I know you're angry. I know.
Do you? Do you know anything? Do you know what you're doing to me here?
I'm being impartial, okay? I can't just sway the vote to my wife here. I'm a man of the people, you know? And as the mayor, I have a responsibility to uphold the values of the people who I represent.
Oh, really? It's not like you're holding the whole earth on your shoulders. And what do you mean as mayor? As my husband, you do what I say. And what I say is what I say.
Ella, you're being unreasonable. Can you just understand where I'm coming from?
Oh, Mr. Davis, do you have any milk?
No. Sorry, Margaret. I must have forgot the milk.
Oh, that's all right, darling.
Anyway, what was I trying to say? Look, I feel honestly, it's not that engaging. Like, I don't really want to be bored to death by numbers, statistics, and facts. I mean, can't you just make it a bit more palatable?
Palatable. Well, that's rich, Greg. Even for you. Good luck saying, honey, I'm home if you get these solar panels.
Sorry, what was that? I'm sorry to pry, but I'm just,
What do you want from me? Hot scoop on troubles in paradise?
I just,
Look, it doesn't matter. Forget that article anyway because I'm about to serve you the perfect one when I put this hippie in his place.
Watch yourself, Ella, because I'm gonna bring you down.
I'm gonna put you down like a faithful old dog.
I like to see you try.
Let's go off break, everyone. I think we should come back to the area over there. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you. Very appreciated. It tastes wonderful, Margaret. What did you do?
The Buttercup special.
Well, Margaret, I think it's quite alright. So creamy.
Right. Well, let's get right back onto track over here. Anything we want to lead off with?
Where were we? Well, has it concerned you the impact of solar panels on my work?
Yeah, we get it. Your workers.
I think you're underestimating the impact. Not just on my workers, but their families. Many families, in fact. Think of it this way. Single individuals would rather be fine and have a way of saving their income where they can, but in a time of crisis and financial debt, couples may not be seeing eye to eye anymore. They must be experience hardship. What do you think of that, Greg?
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest.
Well, isn't that exactly the concern?
Sorry, could we take a break for a second?
What do you mean? What is there to say?
What are solar panels?
What?
what?
That's literally what we've been talking about this entire time.
No. I think we've been talking about how much of an airhead you are.
At least I don't have an ice cold heart like you witch.
Okay, consider this very thought. Solar panels, the sun, energy, the sun. Get with me. I'm thinking they harvest the energy from the sun. Solar panels, they're taking away the sun.
Then use the sun's energy, but that doesn't mean they're sucking up the sun.
But what if? Mr. Douglas, have you done any research into this field?
Well, not really, but that's just insane.
I understand, I really do, but what if?
You see, they take away the energy from the sun. And if you continue to take energy away from the sun, what's going to happen to the sun?
How is that sustainable?
Exactly, Margaret. It's not sustainable.
And there will be no sun.
There will be no sun. Okay, so if there's no sun, where's our light? Where's our source of light at all? We lose our farms, our animals, our Green Valley.
But with coal mines.
With coal mines, we have our safest bet. We have our safest form of energy. Natural resources provided to us by the beautiful blue and green earth. And we have, I don't know, the sun staying as happy as ever. You know, the sun is safe. You know, our animals are safe. And we're safe.
Well, come to think of it, I think I might be the stupidest man in the world to be thinking that solar panel is gonna ruin our world.
You might just be the luckiest man on the planet.
That actually worked. Okay, I think that settles it then. I think we've actually come to a close on the discussion. I think we're okay. Would you guys like to say that, you know, we really handled the Green Valley problem, and I think it's the best place to be. We're here.
Thank you, Mr. Douglas.
No problem, Margaret. Thank you for stopping by, being involved as you are.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you, Mel. I'll provide you the resource that
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You right, Margaret?
How did that actually work? That's amazing. Okay.
Greg, are you coming?
Happy wife, happy life.
Great. This is ridiculous. What time is it?
It's 2 o'clock. Why?
Because I've got a flight to catch in 20 minutes, and I'm afraid it's going to leave before me.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Look, I'm going to try to contact the conductor and see what's going on.
I think my water just broke.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Great. Now I'm stuck in a train with a pregnant lady who's in labor and a junkie.
What did you just call me? What did you just call me?
Nothing, just sit down. Are you okay?
I think I'm going to give birth on the train.
No, that
Do you
can't
want a
happen,
line?
no.
I don't want a line.
Ooh, does anyone have a hand sanitizer?
I have alcohol wipes.
This place is disgusting. Just breathe, breathe.
You're not helping. You're not helping.
As if you are. What are you doing? Just standing there?
I offered her a bump.
She doesn't want a bump. That's not what she needs right now. She already has one. Okay, just breathe, You've experienced this before. Breathing techniques,
Breathing
rehab.
techniques? Breathing techniques?
Yes.
What do you think this is, yoga?
Oh, the train's moving.
Oh,
Finally.
thank God.
Did the train just stop? What just happened?
Great. This is ridiculous. What time is it?
It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Got a flight to catch in 20 minutes, and it's going to leave.
I'm 9 months pregnant.
What? What are you looking at?
I'm not looking
What?
at anything.
What?
I'm gonna call the conductor now. Hello?
Oh, my water just
Anyone
broke.
there?
Shut up, bro. Sit over there. Shut up.
No one. Now I'm stuck in a train with a pregnant lady who's in labor and a junkie.
What did you just call me?
Nothing.
What did you just call me?
Nothing. Just please sit down. Let's just get through this together. Breathe.
What's this?
Don't touch me. This is a nightmare.
Do you want a line?
It's moving. Oh, finally. Oh. What is happening here?
Seems like the train stopped.
You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. You're
We
not
are.
real. It's just a bad trip. It's just a bad trip.
What time is it?
It's just a bad trip. It's just a bad trip.
2:02.
It's just a bad trip.
Isn't that right?
It's just a bad trip. Get out of here.
I mean,
Why is this train stopped?
My water has just broke.
Get
Yeah.
away from me!
and it's a demon baby too.
It's a demon.
I've got a flight to catch. Where I can spare some time.
Call the conductor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He might have something to say.
Hello?
Get away from me!
Looks like he's not there.
This isn't real.
It's just the
This
three
isn't
of us.
real.
Don't be scared.
Oh, the water's everywhere.
Blood.
I have a fear of blood. What the hell?
It's everywhere.
There's more than just blood to this.
The train is moving
Are you
again.
scared?
It's going to hell.
You're lucky, so.
Oh, finally.
I've got it. Yes, I've got it, boys. I've got the project.
So, what's the project?
All right, do you want the good or the bad news first?
Good.
the universe.
No way.
That's great.
And what's the bad?
All right, number one, God wants all the credit.
What else is new?
Yeah, he says he wants to promote monotheism.
Whatever.
Right. And what's bad news number 2?
We've got 6 days.
What?
Oh, he's got to be joking.
Every production plan we've ever submitted has clearly stated the huge scope of this.
I know, mate, I know.
So 6 days starting tomorrow?
Today.
You're kidding.
This is day 1. All right, guys, let's not freak out. Okay, we've been begging for this opportunity. We've got it. We've got our ideas. Let's get cracking. Whiteboard, please.
But where do we start?
All right, today, just the broad canvas, and later in the week we can paint in all little details.
If only we had more time.
That's actually a great point. Make note. We need to create time.
But that won't work without space.
Yeah, I know. Time, space together in a continuum.
That'll save time.
And space.
Right. Okay, the basics. Where are we starting?
Oh, well, we've got time and space.
Light.
Light.
Darkness.
Darkness.
Waters.
Good.
Land.
Land. Perfect.
Whales. Now, see, I've been doing some bigger thinking here. I thought we could have like these large creatures right in the water. They've got huge fins. They breathe through a blowhole on the top of their head. They've got a massive tail.
Day 1, big picture. Later in the week, we can add in little fishes and that.
Well, no, see, now it's actually not a fish, right? I thought we'd have it as a mammal, because all the mammals would be on the land as a nice little counterpoint, have one of the mammals in the water.
Day 1, big picture.
Okay, so we got time, space, light, darkness, waters.
Right. For starters,
Darkness.
darkness. Great. On what?
On the deep.
That.
What do you mean? That's just an adjective.
The waters can be deep.
It could work, theoretically.
Okay, what about this land? It needs a name?
Girth. Mirth.
No.
Earth.
Better.
Okay, how about a firmament?
What on earth is a fergigant?
No, a firmament, and it sounds cool.
It sounds nice.
No, forget that. Okay, so we've got land, darkness, time, space, waters, and a firmament.
We're screwed.
Completely.
This is heaven. Oh, hello, sir. Yes, the universe is going very good. No, actually, it's better than that. It's going great. You all, so far, we have time and space and darkness and whales. Oh, yes, they're these smooth-skinned creatures in the ocean that breathe through blowholes in the top of their head. Yes, of course, you can add anything else you want.
Oh my God.
Okay, how many? 2 for starters. In your image. Oh, that's great. No, that's not egotistical at all. In fact, it's very practical. Yes, okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, bye. Love it.
What now?
Please tell me he wants a quaint little flower to look like him.
You want intelligent life form.
Oh, no.
Wait, the whales, they're perfect for this.
In his image, does God have a blowhole?
Yeah.
Dad? Oh, hello, sir. Oh, really? Oh, that's great. That's great news. Yes. Okay, yes, I think that's much better. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye now. Bye.
Good news.
He says, since it's a rush job, the universe doesn't have to be great, it just has to be good.
Those are his words?
He just said he wants to be able to say, and behold, it was very good.
Done. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, boys, let's get an early start on this tomorrow.
How about
let's
lunch?
Get cracking.
Yeah, let's
How
have lunch
about
first.
sushi?
What on earth is sushi?
Reuben Guthrie, and I am here in this lovely church hall, sitting in the circle, having a share. As you can see from my face and my arm, I had a bit of an incident. accident. Well, I mean, it was intentional, so technically it wasn't an accident. But the incidental injury of the accident was accidental, so... Anyways, I'm the creative director of Subliminal, which is basically an advertising agency, but we also brand for companies and clients, as well as supply online and interactive media, content and concept platforms for online and interactive media. Our stuff is pretty raw, like, say we need to do an ad for streetwear, we use real street kids, not actors. Shit like that. For me, it's an art form. Where were we? Right, my arm. Well, we had the Federation of Advertising Awards on at Saturday night, at which I picked up the gong for Best Ad and Best Ad Campaign, 4th year in a row. All kind of advertising types were there, mixing around, so I grabbed a couple of Peronis and... I mean, okay, I'm clearly not what you guys are, with the whole title and everything, so don't look at me like that. But I will admit to favoring a drink. It's un-Australian not to. Plus, you see, advertising culture, man, the booze, the pill, the cane are conductive, no, what's the word? Fundamental to the way we constrict ideas. We have to tap into the mindset of the people, the status quo, the unconscious conscience of the consumer. So I smashed 10 Peronies in a flash, and my guy gets some hell of a text message. We get the goods delivered fresh from his guy's line, smack in the hole of my face with a thud in his ding, and I'm like, let's go, baby. And the next thing I know is that I'm on a motorbike, arms wrapped around this hilarious lesbian gangster who takes me to a fibro shack way out west where we bump a mountain of ice surrounded by a goddamn 35 or so cats. Then it's back on the bike and we jet to the party. Then, maybe riding on the wind of my constant and fucking brilliant success, I decided to surprise everybody at the party by jumping off the roof of the 45-meter tall hotel. I looked down over the guttering. You know, there must be at least 1,000 advertising types there, talking and drinking like the sly shitheads they are. I'm thinking this is gonna go down as like one of the coolest things to ever happen in the game. I knock off half a bag of magic and take a hit from the little bag of magic I had in my shirt pocket, knocked off half the bottle of rocket fuel I stole from some kid in the skate park, and crouched down, ready to pounce. Nothing can hurt you. Nothing can touch you. You're Ruben Guthrie. I'm running, the edge comes quick, and I'm out there. I highly recommend it, by the way. Combination of cane, vodka, and flight. I was out with the Eagles, man, flapping my heavy wings and soaring. I felt higher than Whitney Houston. I'm flying, I screamed. I can fly. I can fly. And might I say, I fucking judged it perfectly, landing smack bang in the middle of what I thought was a standard swimming pool, but soon discovered was a children's waiting bath. Crack was the noise that stopped the party. Lucky not to die was the term that they use in hospital. Didn't faze me, though. It's all part of being a renegade. You take the good with the bad, and fuck! Because that's where people like me live, man. Out on the edge. And I try to tell that to Mom, and Zoya, my fiance, thinks it's symbolic or something, and that I should come here and admit that I don't know the difference between a children's waiting bath and a swimming pool. Pause, is it compulsory to wear Kmart tracksuit pants, or is it just a coincidence that all of you are wearing when I started drinking? Well, my parents sent me to boarding school. I mean, how hard is it to have one kid asleep at your house at night? But no, boarding school. Look, I gotta say, I wasn't all like this at boarding school. I had no interest in alcohol at all. I spent all my money on electronics and magazines, but fashion mostly. By the time I was in year 8, I had 15 pairs of jeans. So, of course, the rugby guys and the rowing guys and the wrestling guys would come in at night and they'd get it out of their system. Their rage. Nice shoes, faggot. You got moose in his hair, let's put moose up his anus. And at the time, I just took it. Fine. then this guy named Corey came to our school, and suddenly all that stopped. Corey was bigger than me, he was older than me, and a whole lot cooler than me. He drove a black Suzuki Verada, had 5 earrings with the word fuck tattooed inside his lip. To this day, I don't know why he chose me, but he did. Corey saw how things were for me in that place, and he made them go away. We were inseparable. We were close. Corey repeated year 12, but then his dad got him a job in corrugated iron in a factory, but then he was deep into drugs, and not good drugs. We never lost contact, but we lost flow. Corey called me up one night at college. Said he needed a friend. Said he needed a real mate and that I was the only real mate he'd ever had. He was crying on the phone. I'd never heard Corey cry before. I never imagined Corey could cry. There was a party going on at our house in college, a big party. So I laughed. I said, "Chill out, Corey." And I hung up. I didn't call him back. I just clean forgot. I was so consumed by my new world. And I thought, well, they found him in his dad's boat garage. He was from the roof. From then on, I started to like drinks a lot. I liked the taste of them in my mouth, the burn of them in my ribs, and the zing and the jolt of alcohol taking control of my blood and my brain. I thought that if he's gone, then I'll just drink, and drink, and drink. So yeah, my name is Reuben Guthrie, and I am in advertising.
I am Queen Elizabeth, good Queen Bess, Gloriana. That's what my people call me. I reign in God's name. I rule over England, and no one will ever take my crown from me. No man, no woman. I'm a proud queen, the best queen. I care for my people, and I praise God. Because of me, we live a very peaceful life in this country. I reign single, a virgin, and a woman, and I plan to keep it that way. No matter what any man says, a woman is not weak. A woman is strong. And other than myself, there are many strong souls amongst my sex. But I've always been the underdog, since I was born a woman, since the first look of disappointment on my father's fat face, since you, mother, your execution for being a whore and a witch, since being sent away to live as an orphan and a pauper in the houses of strange men with strange ways, since I was imprisoned by my own sister for being a threat to a throne, living every day wondering if it be my last, since taking the crown and having to fight every single day to keep it on my head against men, against women, against Mary, sitting there in a French court wearing 2 crowns on her head, surrounded by wealth and education and comfort and adoration and love. She may be taller, but she was no advantage, for I've been told I'm exactly the right height mother, and she's a female jester, and women aren't even funnies anyway. She was homeless, and I took her in, saved her from her own stupid choices, her own scorned privileges. She's been safe for these past 19 years than she's ever been in her life. If I hadn't given her refuge, she would have been torn apart, limb from limb, her entrails scattered across the channel. If only I could wake up one morning with the message, "Your bloodthirsty enemy, Mary Stuart, has passed away." She haunts me. If I dare sleep, I dream of her. When I wake, I hear her name echoing through the streets. She invades me. 19 years ago, Mary, you did not come to me for help. You came to steal my throne, even though you already had a crown. You were queen of country, and so was I. We share the same blood through our veins, and we fought the same battles. We were female warriors, pen pals for God's sake. But you came to take my throne, and you lied, asking for my hospitality. So I did what I had to. I had to protect my people, Mary, and their faith. I didn't tear you to shreds like you say I did. I did what I had to lock you away for some time. I knew what your intentions were. And how dare you say it wasn't about faith and my people? And how dare you say I'm obsessed with power? You're obsessed with power. And you say I'm obsessed with power and that I've had you silenced, and yet you've been found guilty of conspiring to have me murdered. I wouldn't put it past you, Mary. You had your own husband murdered, then married his killer. Hoped he washed the blood off his hands before he fucked you. Leaves a nasty stain, blood, and we're proof of that. You know, by appearing at your window, a picture of mournfulness, your head angled just so, your hands clasped in prayer, asking him to forgive their queen for the torment she is inflicting upon you. All the while planning for my death, fantasizing about my crown on your head, your ass on my throne. So, I did what I had to. I had to protect my people, Mary, and their faith. And how dare you say it wasn't about faith and my people? I care about God just as much as everybody else. I reign in God's name. And I pray the Our Father daily, and I've been going to Mass with my sister ever since I was a young girl. I always used to go to Mass with my sister, but I could never understand the traditions with the bread and wine, and how the priests are men. How come men get all the privileges, Mother? I was always so jealous of priests. Why did God choose them to speak through? Countless men, all over the world, in their frocks performing miracles, in the name of a God who was supposed to belong to all of us. I could never understand it. If anything, we honor God more. We honor his books, not rituals created by men to suit their own vanities. We pray to the one God, not a man sitting on an Italian throne, surrounded by conspiracy and cover-ups and obscene displays of wealth. We pray to the one Lord, not long-dead, alleviating and hallucinating lunatics. We don't expect our priests, be they men or women, to remain celibate. We encourage love and relationships. And we certainly don't dilute God's all-defining power with a prayers to a bit player named Mary. I will fight to maintain my faith. It deserves to thrive and will not be quashed by some Catholic Goliath. Mother, do you think that a father didn't kill you, things would be different? Do you think that I would be able to rule without being a woman? Do you think that I would be able to rule with a husband to rule with me, not to rule over me? The King of France is a great admirer of me in my closet, and I love him. I do. It's just, I've governed like a man and a king. My sex betrays me, I'm afraid. I am queen, but I'm still expected to obligate nature, submit to its terms. But after all, I am a virgin, and I have every intent to die one. I am Queen Elizabeth, good Queen Bess, Gloriana, and no one can take that crown off my head.
A bit excited, that's all.
hot, and everyone is talking, laughing in Bev's house because of, it's this shirt, polyester, this polyester shirt that's hot. It's making it hot. It makes the sweat pool at the base of my back. Dad made me wear it, and his idea of fashion is socks and thongs, so I'm looking just as cool as the bargain bin at the op shop. I take a sip of my beer, but it's gone warm, and I must have put a face or something because there's this old bloke staring at me from across the room. I don't know him, I don't think I know him, looking at me. His mouth tugs a little at the edge, and even from here I see the teeth. See it, they're brown and sawn off at the edges. And an old brown teeth comes up to me and he says, "Your grandmother was always so proud of you." Hands on my arm. "Your grandmother," he said to me with those crooked teeth, crooked brown teeth. Everyone says your grandmother, like they know. Grandmother? Pfft, right. When if they really knew me, they know I called her Bev. That was our thing. She liked it that way. I slip away from brown teeth and I feel people are looking at me. The oldies must all love my shirt. They're probably wondering what op shop I got it from. I've got to be nice. Dad says I've got to be nice to old people because it's not their fault they're old. And besides, there's not much you could do about the smell anyway. But it's like the bloody Dawn of the Dead in here, just with less fake hips. I get this taste in my throat, like warm beer, and I feel people are smiling at me, smiling with their sets of teeth, golden teeth, teeth that can fly out of flapping lips at any second. And Dad's watching me with a sausage roll in his hand and tomato sauce on his chin. How can you eat at a funeral? How do you feel hungry at a time like this? People are looking with their teeth, hands on my arm, wrinkled skin. The smell. I've got to go. I make my way to the lounge and I spot a photo tree on the wall, just a bunch of old photos of Bev plastered, like Instagram for old people, black and white and sort of brownish. There's Bev smiling. It's nice to see Bev and her smile every now and again. Then this girl dressed in black comes up behind me, crying, or at least she was. You could see where the makeup has run down her face. She looks my age, a little older maybe, but she's pretty, like dead set. So I try to look cool and squint like the movie stars do, but I reckon I must look less like one of them and more like Sylvester Stallone on a bad day because I get this look, like the look you give to an ugly baby when you can't actually say it looks ugly. We don't say anything. I should say something. You're supposed to say nice things to pretty women, aren't you? I should say something. I shouldn't say anything. I open my mouth and close it. Open, close. I'm a bloody fish. And it's hot. It's hot and we're standing there. I'm sweating with this polyester shirt. The girl must see the sweat marks around my pits, but at least she doesn't mention it, which is nice, I suppose. Bev had such a wonderful life, she said to me. And I reply, yeah, wow, like real smooth. I want to melt into goo and slurp away. You're Daniel, right? She says to me. And I know I should say something like, my reputation precedes me, and wink, or something like that. But these pits, it's hot. So I just nod, like 50 times, because I'm a complete idiot. But out of the corner of my eye, I spot a photo of a young lady I don't recognize. It's not Bev, it couldn't be. Her sister or something. Her teeth are clean and her skin looks so clear. And before I can even think, I realize that that's her, that's Bev, looking young, looking alive. And the girl dressed in black who didn't point out my obsessively large pits just looks at me and there is silence. I need fresh air. I'm out the door to the garden and it's cold, but I'm hot. There's Dad standing at the porch with Mum, I think, which is nice because that never happens. Or they're smiling, but whatever. I keep going, past the garden, down to the exhibit, but I've forgotten the combination to the lock, which is fine because we'd always climb up the tree anyway. So I grab onto it, hoisting myself up, and as I do, I cut my arm on a bit of barbed wire, and it hurts. It hurts like fuck. It hurts like fuck. And there's blood, there's red running down my arm. So I'm just standing there at the top of this old tree, blood running down my arm. There's a hole in my shirt, and I'm knowing what Dad will say. Brand new shirt, Daniel. And I'm standing there, the ocean in front of me, that big blue ocean. There's the city, and there's the breeze. It's cold, but I'm still hot. Hot, hotter than ever. My heart beating in my chest. And I cry, just kind of burst. Not from the pain in my arm because I've had stitches worse than this before, whatever. But I cry. Can't see the ocean or the city in front of me. It's hot standing up on that tree, hot. Heart even going harder in my chest. And I wish that she was so with those teeth, those brown teeth, looking tired, looking old. But everyone does, right? Everyone dies. And I wish just that well that she knew how I take a deep breath. Cold air. My heart slows. I look back at the house. It looks nice with the sun going down like that. And I stand there for the longest time. And then I head back up.
Everyone knows my secrets. Listen, my mother wasn't well born. I came into this world as far as I can make out against my mother's will, and I was left to roam free. But I had to do all the things a boy does to prove women are as good as men. I was made to wear boys' clothes, I was taught to handle horses, and I wasn't allowed in the dairy. My mother made me groom and harness and go hunting. I even had to try and plough. All the men on the estate were given the women's jobs, and the women's the men's, until the whole place went to wrack and ruin. We were the laughing stock of the neighbourhood. At last my father seemed to have come to his senses and rebelled. He changed everything about the place and ran the place his own way. My mother got ill. I'm not sure what was the matter with her, but she would have these strange attacks and hide herself in the attics or the gardens. Sometimes she'd stay out all night. Then came the Great Fire, which you've heard people talking about. The house, the stables, the barns, the whole place burned to the ground in very suspicious circumstances because my father had sent for the new premium, but through some carelessness of the messenger, it arrived too late. It was my mother who set the fire, and her lover, who was a brick manufacturer, and it was my mother's money. You see, my mother had very little money of her own that she didn't want my father to control, so she invested it in her friend, who then grabbed it and appropriated it. My father came to know all this, but he couldn't bring an action. He couldn't pay back his wife's love nor prove that it was his money. This was my mother's revenge for him making himself master in his own home. He nearly shot himself then. At least there's a rumour that he tried and could not bring it off. So we went on living, and my mother had to pay dearly for what she'd done. Imagine what those 5 years were like for me. My natural sympathies were with my father, yet I took my mother's side because I didn't know the facts. She taught me to hate and distrust men. You know, she loathed the whole male sex, and I promised her that I would never, ever become a slave to any man. Which it seems did not hold in the case of my father. I loved him. I truly did. But I must have hated him too. And he let me be brought up to despise my own sex, to be half woman and half man. Whose fault is what's happened? My father's, my mother's, or my own? My own? No. I haven't anything that's my own. I haven't one thought that I didn't get from my mother, one emotion that didn't come from my father. And as for this last idea about all people being equal, I got that from him, my fiancé. That's why I call him a cad. How can it be my fault? Push the responsibility onto Christian like Jesus does? Push the responsibility onto Jesus like Christian does? No, I'm too proud. And thanks to my father's teachings, too intelligent. What does it matter whose fault it is? In any case, I must take the blame and bear the consequences. I seem to always be taking the blame and bearing the consequences. When I got engaged, I intended for him to be my slave or chain. He did not stand a chance. I got bored with him, so I cut it off. If he tells you otherwise, he is a cad. I hate men most of the time. But when the weakness comes, it's shame. And now my plan to run away with Jean. No, I won't go yet. I can't. I must. Look. Listen, there's a carriage. You don't think I can bear the sight of your blood, Jean. You think I'm weak. I would like to see your brains and your blood on a chopping block. I would like to see the whole of your sex swimming like that in a sea of blood. I think I could drink from your skull, bathe my feet in your broken breast, and eat your heart roasted whole. You think I love you? You think I want to carry your offspring under my heart and nourish it with my blood? You think I want to take your name and you think I want to bear your child and take your name? No. By the way, what is your name? I don't suppose you've got one. I should be Mrs. Hobble or Madame Dunghill. You dog wearing my collar on your lap and with my crest on your buttons. I share with you my cook. I'm my own servant's rival. You think I'm a coward and I'm going to run away? No. Now I'm going to stay and let the storm break. My father will come back, find his desk broken open, his money gone. Then he'll ring that bell twice for the valet and he'll send for the police. And I shall tell everything, everything. Oh, how wonderful to make an end of it all. A real end. He has a stroke and dies. It's the end of us all. Just peace and quietness. Eternal rest. The coat of arms broken on the coffin and the countersign extinct. Although my whole life has consisted of inconsistencies. I've been separated from my sex and walked all over, but today it stops. Yes, today it all changes. I've had an idea, you see. Supposing I run away with you, Jean, my charming valet driver, and Christian, my amazing cook. We'll go abroad to Switzerland and start up a hotel together. I've got some money, you see, so you and I can run the whole thing and Christian can be in charge of the kitchen. Doesn't that sound perfect? I can just see it. Trains whistling, buses driving up, bells ringing upstairs and down, and I shall make up the bills. And I shall cook them too. You have no idea how nervous travellers get when it comes to paying their bills. Doesn't it sound splendid? And when it's all done, we can come back here, come back home. But nevertheless, it will be perfect and we will go on living our perfect and simple lives away from this manor and its twisted ways. It's going to happen. Just you wait and see. Just you wait.
No. I am not a nice person. I am not an intelligent, kind human being who wants the best for the people I care about. I don't know, okay? I don't really care, I guess. I don't care enough about myself or anyone really to take the time to think about the bigger picture. I'm not being negative or self-deprecating or whatever. I'm just trying to tell the truth here. This was never a good idea, obviously. This whole situation we're in is so fucking dumb. It wasn't my job to stop you. I'm not the one with shit to lose. You know, it's funny how you're just sitting in the thick of life, like really, in the thick of it, in the truth of the world as it actually exists, and it's like, bam! Something so cool and sexy and fun could suddenly seem like the worst idea you've ever had in your life. I don't know what I'm saying. On the train ride over, I was reading this article about some guy from Ukraine who eats sunshine, literally. I'm not trying to be funny, that's what he actually eats. Anyways, he consumes spatial energy in place of organic matter. Some Japanese film crew made a documentary about him, and he was legit. So it works like this. When we eat sunshine, when we eat vegetables, we're kind of eating sunshine. Well, when we're eating vegetables, what do the vegetables eat? Carbon dioxide plus water plus sunshine equals carbohydrates. Photosynthesis, right? So it makes sense. This guy stands in the sun for 13 hours every day, soaking up the rays, living off nothing but sunshine. I don't know what I'm saying. It just seemed significant. Stupid, I guess. Plus, if I ever did something like that, it would probably 100% go to shit. In fact, in all seriousness, I think I'd probably die. Just drop dead right there in Ukraine with the whole Japanese film crew recording the whole thing. And I didn't mean to mess up that bad. I didn't mean to mess up this to that extreme. We're just bad people, I guess. You know, you and me, not nice people. I don't know what I want, so I just go along with whatever comes at me. But it's different this time because you're like old enough to not be on Facebook, and shockingly old. Wait, no, listen, wait. When you agreed to go out with me, I couldn't believe it. First of all, unexpected, and before anything even happened, the whole idea was just so exciting. I felt superior to those bitches at school. And even though you're married, I actually kind of liked it. Call me a horrible person or whatever, but taking someone away from someone else is, I don't know, that's power, you know. Being the other woman, it's validating. Is that her in the fridge? I swear there were way nicer ones where she looks prettier. Oh my god, damn it, where was I? Oh yeah, validating. And standing here in your kitchen with the photos of your fucking wife is weird. I know I said I was fine, but I feel totally uncomfortable. And plus, this house is totally depressing, so no wonder why she wants to kill herself. Sorry, that was rude. It's just you texting me when that happened. I couldn't believe it. First of all, when I heard that, I didn't want to hear that. I was like, I don't know. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm 17. What am I supposed to do with that information? What am I supposed to feel about that? I'm already stressed out enough about school and us and this weirdo from Ukraine who I've never even met. I don't need your wife's shit on top of that. I know it's just, I need to tell you about, okay, I don't mean to sound completely 1984, but I Googled your son last night, and he's my age, and I found an album on him from Facebook, and no offense, but he looks like a stoner. He's a dropkick, an absolute loser, the kind of boy I would never be friends with. And I can't get that stupid image of the sun eater. I'm on the train on the way here. The ticket was $8, by the way. And this Ukrainian man's just staring up from my newspaper. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? I'm not this person. I can't handle this. I'm not exciting, and it's making me nothing but sunshine. The idea of it seems really super grounded and wholesome and simple, really simple. But he's totally lethargic. He has no energy. He just lies there. He's malnourished. It's gross. It's pathetic. But you seemed beautiful, and you seemed really regular and different. But now I'm standing here to the door to your son's bedroom, and I'm shitting my pants, praying that your wife doesn't come home from a lunch break, and you just seem really regular. And suddenly being the other woman isn't sexy enough. It's just sad. That Ukrainian man isn't full. He's empty. I don't mean empty in the figurative sense of the word. His insides are completely empty. And sunshine won't fill him up. I won't fill you up. It's bright and warm and light like sunshine, but it won't fill you up. Can you just drive me home now? We don't have to talk about it. I think I'd like to go home now.
This is it. This is the dream. Standing up here on this filthy, sticky stage all alone. You couldn't have that. You didn't want me. Was that it, Joel? What? Who's Joel? My husband. Joel was my husband of 4 years, and tonight he left. He left, Joel. He packed up my suitcase and left. And now I'm going to have to lie to the rabbi about why Joel's not there. And lying to the rabbi on Yom Kippur. I couldn't get a clean slate for just one bloody day. And there's so many thoughts running around my head like, why did he leave? Why wasn't it enough? And why didn't they put the bathroom over there on that wall instead of over here so I wouldn't have to hear every giant bowel movement that takes place in there? Yeah. Clear as a bell. It's all gone. Everything I've ever counted on is gone. My life completely fell apart today. Did I mention that my husband left me? Yeah, well, did I mention that he left me for his secretary? She's 21 and dumb as a Brillo pad, and I'm not naive. I know that men like stupid girls. But I thought Joel wanted more than stupid. I thought he wanted spontaneity. I thought he wanted wit. I thought he wanted to be challenged, you know, like, you two are going to be together forever. I'll tell you this much, I was a great wife. I planned themed nights, I dressed in costumes, I gave him 2 kids, a boy and a girl. And yes, our girl is looking more and more like Winston Churchill every day with the big yacht head. But that's not a reason to leave, right? Right, after what I just said about the bathroom, that's a walk of shame. That's a walk of shame. And it's perfect. I'm completely losing my mind, and I can't believe I'm losing him to Penny Pan. That's her name. Terrible, right? Penny Pan. Penny Pan. And I know it's shallow and petty and small, but she's not even that pretty, right? Her calves are the same size of her ankles, whereas I'm the same size as I was on my wedding day. And trust me, who wouldn't want to come home to all of this? Okay, well, maybe today's not the best day to judge. I've been drinking and, you know, my face is all puffy, but tell me, who wouldn't want to come home to all of this? All right, just ignore my face, but who wouldn't want to come home to these? And you know what? It's absolutely perfect because I'm now the mad and crazy divorcee of the Upper West Side. Upper West Side? Where? 72nd in Amsterdam. Wow, we looked there. It was nice. The rooms were too small, and I wanted a powder room. Do you know I've seen her twice with a shirt on inside out? Penny, twice? Once, fine, you know, you would rush in the morning, but twice, you can only be counted to Butter People's Corner at the county fair. And I was a Russian literature major in college, and there was a line from a book or a poem, I can't remember, but it was, "Я живу в
Nalakom, which means I live in a little house on a hill. Which is funny, really funny, because my father-in-law took the house back when his son left me. And my address just turned to, huh? Actually, that didn't sound funny at all. That sounded awful. Kind of biblical, right? Like, it's Adam and Eve time, and I married Adam's son, Cain. We get a nice little house, we're very happy, and then, I don't know, Cain decides to leave me for his brother Abel, because there's only 4 people on the planet at this point. And then Adam takes the house back and leaves me doing jigsaw puzzles. How could it be so stupid? How did I not know this was in our house? It's the bras. It's the bras and the girdles and the corsets, cutting off the circulation to your brain so you just walk around and your husband tells you things and you just believe him. It's like when you're a little girl and they tell you that the princess lived in a magic castle and a prince climbed up the side, slayed the dragon, kissed the princess, woke her up, and they lived happily ever after. A few details are fuzzy, but it's plausible. But what they forget to tell you is that the prince's secretary knows shorthand, the father-in-law owns the castle, and Sleeping Beauty's basically screwed. Oh, you guys don't know about the shorthand girls? These girls' only skill in life is writing short sentences. Whereas I went to college to learn Russian. And speaking of Russian, I need booze. I need a stiff drink, like vodka. Why don't you guys sell booze here? I just don't understand. You look offended. I don't mean to offend the delicate. I used to be delicate. I was a goddamn flower. I smell like roses and sunshine showing out of my ass. Anyways, when you get home, check the deed. And look, I may seem angry and deranged and mad. I am. And you know what? To be honest, I would like to kick every man in the balls here over the 30 minutes tops. But a lady doesn't do that. And I'm still a lady. And I wouldn't do it because your girdles start to draw blood. Oh, it's Officer Peluso, everyone. Officer Peluso. He arrested me the other night. Sorry, officer. I work alone. Now and for the rest of my life, apparently. Anyway, tune in next week when my grandmother sleeps with my boyfriend and steals my pearls.
But just know it's been a strange day. So I went to visit Oliver, and I had to wait quite a while for him, and, well, I waited all day as a matter of cold fact. And a lot of instances. Facts, Pop. Facts about my life came back to me. Who was it, Pop? Whoever said I was a salesman with Bill Oliver. Pop, we were wrong. I don't know who said it first, but I was never a salesman with Bill Oliver. And look, let's just hold on to the facts tonight, shall we? I mean, we're not going to get anywhere bulling around. I was only a shipping clerk, you know? And look, that might even be hard for you to hear, but I need you to hear that. But I'm sorry. Look, you look like you need to say something. How about you? How was work today, Pop? Oh, it was a pretty quiet one, hey? Oh, you had a meeting. Wow, that doesn't sound too good. How'd that go? No? What do you mean? Wait, they fired you? Pop, how could they let you go? You've been there for years. They can't just cast you aside like that. Pop, what about commission? He won't even let you work on commission? No, hey, look at me. Don't worry about that, okay? I did see Oliver. How'd that go? Yeah, well, see, Pop, that's what I've been trying to tell you. I mean, look, the man hadn't seen me in 10, 12 years, and even then I was basically a kid. I mean, let's just quiet down a bit and get down to the facts, okay? So, I went to see Oliver, and he's a very hard man to see, you know? And he was still busy, but that's right, he remembered me. Secretary took me into his office, and, you know, we did some talking for a while. He did some listening, too. We even did some drinking. You know, we did some drinking for a while, and yeah, he gave me an answer.
Okay, Papa, I really tried. I really tried, but there's something I've got to tell you. No, you're not listening to me, okay? I did see the man, but stop. Listen, will you just let me out of it? Will you just let me out of it? Because I can't always be what you want me to be. Pop, I messed up. I sat for hours waiting, and I was about to leave. That's when I noticed Miss Secretary on reception had run off. So what did I do? I had the chance. I went and found his office. He wasn't even there, but I knew it was his because I recognized his old fountain pen. I had it in my hands, and then I heard someone walking near me, and I didn't know what to do, and before I knew it, I was running. I didn't exactly steal it. I didn't intend to. Pop, I'm sorry. So I'm washed up with Volva. You understand? Are you even listening to me? Look, I can't do this forever. I'm saying goodbye and I'm not coming back anymore. I've got no appointment, Dad. And let's face it, we never told the truth in this house. Not for 1 second. I barely did just then. Now hear this, Willie, because this is me. You know why I had no address for 3 months? I stole a suit in Kansas City and I was in jail. I stole myself out of every good job since high school, and I never got anywhere because you blew me so full of hot air I could never stand taking orders from anybody. That's whose fault it is. It's goddamn time you heard this. I had to be big boss shot in 2 weeks and I'm through with it. Willie, I ran down 11 flights with a pen in my hand today. You hear me? In the middle of that office building. Do you hear this? I stopped in the middle of that building and I saw the sky. I saw the things that I love in this world. The work and the food and the time to sit and smoke. And I said to myself, what the hell am I grabbing this for? Why am I trying to become what I don't want to be when everything I want is out there, waiting for me the minute I say I know who I am? Why can't I say that, Willie? Pop, I'm a dime a dozen, and so are you. You were never anything but a hard-working drummer who landed in the ash can like all the rest of them. I'm $1 an hour, Pop. I tried 7 states and I couldn't raise it. $1 an hour. Do you gather my meaning? I'm not bringing home any prizes anymore, and you're going to stop waiting for me to bring them home. I'm nothing, Pop. Pop, I'm nothing. Can't you understand that? There's no spite in it anymore. I'm just who I am. That's all. Will you let me go for Christ's sake? Will you take that phony dream and burn it before something happens?
Come on, Raquel, sit. Sit, Raquel. Hi, ladies. Hello, hi. Yes, a few bumps in the road, but everything's going good so far. Yes. Oh, yes. So when we started in this awful business we call show, I told Raquel the one cardinal rule. I said, Raquel, there are 3 T's in entertainment: talent, teeth, and tits. Now, Raquel's only 6, but she'll be 7 in November, so she's only really developed in the talent department at the moment. But before she goes into any audition, I always tell her, give the world a big smile like they can't keep their eyes off you, and then go forth, thrust with your bosom, thrust. Now, I don't want to whinge, but it's not easy being a single mother. But I never let the stress get to me. You see, Raquel and I are friends, really best friends. Isn't it, Raquel? Yeah, we're best friends. That's what I tell Raquel. I say,
Think of me as your best friend Raquel, so when I need a date, it'll be me and Raquel arm in arm to see the new Martin Scorsese's Wolf on Wall Street at Hoyt-Spankstown. Now, it also must be said, as her mother/manager, I will always be working 10 times harder than she ever does. I've taken the money Nan left her and paid for 2.5 evening classes for business media management. And I'm investing the rest into our big relocation to the Sydney's CBD. Because let's face it, if Raquel wants to be a star, put it this way, there's no IMAX in Punchbowl. See, we've been learning about this industry the hard way, through Bert Newton. And although he may have been on Good Morning Australia, and although he may have hosted Family Feud, and although he is a close confidant to the late Australian icon Graham Kennedy, he's just a downright shit. I mean, I'll give it to him. He does have talent, and teeth, and tits, but he just doesn't give 110%. I mean, I understand if he would bear a grudge on my daughter, well, because I taught her how to steal a scene. And I sensed it was going to be that way when she made her grand entrance. I knew it was going to be war. As I lean down and I go, TNT Raquel. So she grins, thrusts, and enters. All eyes on her. And so naturally, Bert stops the rehearsal, looks down at my little princess, and goes, does this child have the palsy? I mean, seriously, darling, don't they teach you that down in Melbourne? See, Princess and I aren't currently speaking. I don't know what she had to eat today, but there is no food in the house. And I'm going to Angus Steakhouse after this. And I don't feel guilty. Give that girl an inch and she'd take a bloody mile. You could say she's spoilt, but it's all part of the plan. You see, I understand I take Raquel and I to places that are too la-di-da for us. Well, it's all because it's part of the training. I hope that she will acquire a taste for it, so then, when she's older, she will have to work 10 times harder to satisfy that craving. To be honest, I gather that's the way international drug dealers operate. See, let me tell you this story. A couple of weeks ago, we were going to get tea at the Meriton. And as we were walking in, I see this lovely cocktail pianist, a jazzy-looking anorexic blonde. You know, anorexia is a real disease. It's a real disease. And she was playing a jazzy version of Crocodile Rock. And as we were taking our seats, I see myself staring into the eyes of Mia. As I clutch my purse, thinking I was going to piss myself, I turn over to Raquel and I go, it's Ray, it's Ray. And she just doesn't care. I mean, talk about being best friends, right? I mean, she's just been so gloomy lately. I don't know what's gotten into her. She just refuses to sparkle. I mean, today was unforgivable. Really? See, they're changing cast, right, in Les Mis. And you do not understand how hard I fought to get that audition. And I did. And I coached Raquel into poignant perfection with choreography and everything. There is a castle on the cloud. I like to go there in my sleep. Nobody talks or shouts too loud. I mean, wouldn't she be perfect? Imagine the pathos. And that's what I said to her. I said, I want you to make them fucking weep. I don't want there to be a dry seat in that house. So I gave her a Chinese burn and I pushed her on the stage. And she was spellbinding until the last verse, when she actually started crying. And it was a good effect at first. But then she stopped singing and started crying, Mommy, Mommy. So the stage manager pulls me aside and goes, thank you. And so there on Pitt Street, I pull Raquel and I go, I can't have you whinging like you shat yourself in front of those professionals. And maybe I want to be your mummy, you spiteful little bitch. And she goes, well, I don't want to be your mommy anymore. And get this. So I go, well, I am your fucking mummy, so deal with it. And so I was so off, I slapped her across the face and she fell over. I mean, I don't know what's gotten into that girl. She doesn't even seem like my own flesh and blood anymore. She doesn't even have hormones in her yet. But I have the definite proof that a 6-year-old can be a raging, hysterical werewolf bitch. Fucking terrifying. Am I right? Anyway, it was nice talking to you guys. Raquel, I'll pick you up at 8. Bye, Raquel. Bye, girls. See you.